Welcome to another edition of Insurance Questions Podcast. We're live, Don. We're not dead. We're live.
I know. That's a great thing.
143, Don. We're creeping up there.
It's crazy. I just can't
We're going
believe
to hit
how fast it's
150
going.
pretty soon. And all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo and Donny Lowe are purely for entertainment, sometimes, maybe. Oh,
And there goes the phone again.
So I think they wait till I'm doing the podcast to call me, all these people.
Yeah, that's true. They just know, So like, subscribe, follow us on 40, what is it, 42 now? Different places. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're all over the place.
Remember, there's no more Google Podcast, Don. It's
no more Google.
YouTube Music now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So please like us, but subscribe, please, and hit that fan mail button so Eddie can answer your questions, or we can even post your questions on air and answer them for you that way.
Yep. Just want to tell all our viewers, I'm sorry we were late uploading 142. My internet is garbage. I was able to, in the middle of the night, it was finally published, and I just shared it to all our spaces.
Beautiful.
Today. So,
and yeah, it's been an issue, big issue for you.
It is. How you doing, Don?
Good. It's been crazy, but it's good.
What's new and exciting?
It's funny because we were looking at I'm a big hockey fan. Okay.
Yes.
So I was looking at the Sabre schedule. They have a preseason game. I think it's tomorrow. It's either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, tickets for that one too.
Yeah. So no, because that one is in Germany.
The Sabres are in Europe. About that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they also have a preseason game Monday at home in Buffalo. So
the game tonight's on at 6:00 on ESPN Plus.
Oh, is it really? Okay, so it is tonight. Yeah. That's great. And that's it's the hometown and the rink, and they're playing against the team that Buffalo Sabre member JJ Peterka played for.
Really? That's pretty cool.
So it's his homecoming. Yeah. It's
cool,
great.
Actually.
And then they're going to Czechia to start the regular season.
What date does the regular season start? That's what I was trying to see.
I think it's like in Europe, it's October 4th, I think. And their first
pretty soon.
Next week. Their first home regular season game is on the 10th of October. But they will have played at least 2 games already in Europe.
So they're calling this series the Global Series, Donnie.
Yeah, the Global Series. That's right.
So I'm guessing their first official game is going to be the 5th on Saturday at 9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
That's crazy.
Eastern time.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many hours difference it is over there. It's got to be a bunch.
I'm thinking about 5 or 6, maybe. Maybe.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they're home against the Kings.
On the 10th, at home in Buffalo. But I think they're playing New Jersey Devils. So one of the games is a home game, considered a home game for them in Europe.
Oh, they're still overseas, though. I get it. Yeah,
and one is an away game.
Being the home team. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's
cool.
It's exciting.
It's got to be tiring for those guys too. I'm sure the one guy is super excited to go back home and play.
Oh yeah.
But,
and plus, with all the European players they have, it's a little bit easier for their families to get to where they are in Europe playing than coming all the way to Buffalo.
So I got to jump into one thing, Don, because I know we don't talk about religion and politics. But there's something I have to talk about. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Because our former president is leading in all the polls. And then I watched his press conference yesterday. Do you know what I'm talking about, Don? We've been a Buffalonians for many years now. I'm in Texas, And he talked about a big, huge faucet in Canada about the size of a building that if he's elected president, he's going to turn on, and all the farmland in California is going to be at 100% production.
Uh-oh.
Where's that faucet, Don?
It sounds like he's referring to Niagara Falls.
Oh no, he's talking in the southwest of Canada. It's like, what? What?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
I'm not
You know?
sure. Yeah.
And he's leading all the polls, so I can't wait to see what that faucet looks like. Is it like
Oh, well,
is it like
I
an old
was
spigot, or is it like a bathtub faucet? Is it a kitchen faucet? Is it one of those squirties on the hose that you like to squirt your kids with? You know?
well, I think typically when he talks about that, he's talking about oil, but
Oh no, Don. He was
not
talking
in
about
this.
water. One hundred
Okay.
percent.
Yeah, I didn't see that or hear that, so I can't comment on
It
it
just
yet.
goes, and the world's so crazy right now. You're talking about Chinese and Russian warships off the coast of Alaska. Some people think that Russia's trying to take back Alaska. So, what about all those people on those TV shows? I used to love those shows. They're going to be Russians now.
We won't be able to understand them. They're not going to be speaking English.
It's vodka,
Crazy.
vodka, vodka.
Vodka.
I got that part.
Vodka.
Oh my gosh. So
It
crazy,
is a crazy
crazy,
world.
crazy. As Donny Lowe says, crazy, crazy, crazy. And it is.
It is, and that kind of because of all the craziness that's going on, it's kind of leading me to our topic of conversation.
And folks, I don't know what the topic is. He wouldn't tell me. Past couple of days,
Yeah,
I've been asking him.
I know.
So what do you got, Don?
But so what I first want to do is put out the disclaimer that neither Ed nor myself are registered securities advisors or traders or money handlers or anything like that.
Now you got me intrigued.
Yeah, see. So with all the craziness that's going on, the worst thing that we can do as individuals financially is to panic. So with all the uncertainties going on, when we panic in general, that's when we make rash and typically bad decisions financially.
You
And
almost said gum, Don. You
no,
almost said
no,
gum.
no,
I
no,
could
no, no,
tell.
no,
I could
no.
tell what you were thinking.
But so one of the things that did not surprise me, and I was kind of encouraged by it and agreed with it. For those that don't know, the Buffalo Bills are building a new stadium, and they should be in that new stadium, I think, in 2025. So the Bills organization made an agreement with the state, with Erie County, which is where the county that the stadium's going to be in. They have to front up some money. So Erie County officials, they came up with this idea that they're giving Erie County residents, and they were really looking for Buffalo Bills fans, an opportunity to purchase bonds for the stadium, the new stadium. And the minimum investment is $5,000. And you had like a 1-day window if you wanted to purchase these bonds.
Okay.
So they didn't tell you, and the bonds are 25-year in length. It's a 25-year term bond, meaning you wouldn't get your money back for 25 years. They also did not tell you what the interest rate would be that they're paying for those bonds. And that rate was going to be determined after the closure of both that mini bond sale and plus going to Wall Street for the larger firms. So I heard yesterday that the county officials and the Erie County Controller was very disappointed with the results of people buying the bonds locally. And I was thinking, no, I'm glad that the people didn't, go on their emotions to say, yeah, I'm going to invest $5,000 because it's a Buffalo Bills bond is how they're marketing it for the stadium without knowing, what is the rate going to be. So you don't know what the return is going to be. It's a 25-year thing where before you get your money back. So I was happy with that because those were my thoughts when I heard about this. So people
When you're
really,
talking about this, I'm starting to think of like the Green Bay Packers.
that's a little different though, because
Mm-hmm.
the Green Bay Packers is a community-owned organization,
Gotcha.
franchise, right? So that's a little different. They're the only one in the NFL. So this is just so that, Erie County, they're going to raise the money through bonds to pay off their portion of what they agreed to for the new stadium.
Gotcha.
So that's what really got me thinking, you can't act on your emotions, So the county
Yep.
officials were very disappointed with the the lack of results. They didn't get as much as they had hoped from the local investors. And I think that's a good thing. They went to Wall Street.
Well, I
So
got to
the
ask
big
you something,
the
Donny.
big players purchase the bonds, so they're covered.
Um,
I think I lost you for a second there.
he's going to run OTB. Is that true?
Oh, so Amir, you were cut off for
You're
just a
frozen,
second
Don.
there. That's yeah, they came up with a
Yes.
contract.
I was downloading something. Sorry.
They
What?
came up with a contract for him. He's reviewing the contract. I think it's actually going to be voted on today or tomorrow from the OTB management, I guess, or board of directors. And it looks like he's going to be going to OTB.
See, it was funny because I usually try when I think of it to watch Channel 4, and it was kind of I'm like, what's going on? I just couldn't get it.
Well, here's the thing. If he does accept this position, Mayor Byron Brown has been the mayor of the city of Buffalo for, I think, 5 terms now. He's in his 5th term, which is the most for any mayor. So he's running a budget.
In Buffalo history or everywhere?
Well, in Buffalo history.
Gotcha.
So he's running a city budget of, I don't know, $500 million, if not more. I'm not even sure. And he's probably making 200,000, 175,000 a year. So here he has an opportunity to manage a budget of about $50 million. God,
that's insane.
Making about, rumor has it, $300,000 a year. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean that's less stress. Don't have to be out on Sundays doing stuff, and Friday nights and Saturday mornings and all of that stuff.
So I'm sorry I derailed you. So let's get back to your topic,
No.
Don. Where are we going?
Yeah, so again, where we're going is, during especially turbulent times like we're in today, leading up to the national election for president and all the Congress and the senators and the appropriate states, there's going to be so much information bounced around on a daily basis that's going to affect the market. So just try to take a step back, relax, talk with your financial advisor. Maybe it's a good opportunity when everybody is selling. That's when you can be buying. That's the Warren Buffett way and the Benjamin Graham way, right? Mm-hmm. So you just remain calm-headed. Don't react with your emotions for your finances, because 99 out of 100 times you'll get burned and you'll regret it a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road.
I have to agree with you 100%. And we've said this before. If you are an investor that likes to take risks, good for you. But us, we're not those guys. We're going to do the safe things with your money, and we're going to try to show you how to make more money with your own money, which is the name of the game.
That's right.
But it keeps on going back to, I mean, I've never seen where it's such a, like, everybody's like bobbing and weaving on these things, especially the younger generation, like I was talking about shorting the crypto.
Yeah.
Donny, I'm going to put 50 grand in right now. And in 24 hours from now, whether I win or lose, I'm pulling my money out.
Yeah.
So what really scares me is that you have all these people doing that. I mean, I could see it go woo, 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 woo. Or like
it
that
does.
one company we were talking about, they had 1.1 billion Bitcoin. I mean, they can control the whole market.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so much stuff going on with intraday trading. And you know what? The small investor, we don't really, it's tough to beat the big investors.
Mhm.
They've got all the computer systems, the algorithms down. They know what's happening. They can move the markets if they want to. So it's tough to compete against that. But
Gosh.
you brought up Bitcoin. I saw an interesting article earlier this week, and this person owned a nice sized property in I think it's the Miami or West Palm Beach area of Florida, and they were asking around $13 million for the property, so very high end. And this was in 2015.
Mhm.
Somebody offered that homeowner 50,000 Bitcoins for that mansion.
And what's Bitcoin selling at this morning, Donny?
So they turned it down, and as of today, I think it would have been worth like $1.3 billion
Jesus.
in 9 years. So 13 million to
What is
1.3 billion.
Bitcoin trading at today?
I think it's in a low 60s.
$63,517.97.
Yeah. So
97. Holy cow, Don. $3 trillion.
no.
100. I must be doing my decimals wrong then.
Yeah, that's
Try this again. 663, 517.
just 263 times
how many?
50,000.
50,000.
50,000. 50,000.
Don, that's $3 trillion. No, billion.
No.
Sorry. 3,175,850,000.
Yeah.
Wow, they screwed up.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It could have went the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
And since we've been doing this, everybody keeps on saying it's coming. It's going to hit hard. It's going to be worse than 2008. And we've been riding the wave pretty good for so long, and it hasn't happened.
I know.
I mean, that's not that long ago. There was a lot of people that heard, a lot of people that did not forget that.
Yeah, that's so true. That was a tough couple of years there. 2008, 2009.
And eventually, I mean, when everything goes up, eventually it comes down. I can't see this keep on going through the roof. I mean, it could be. I could be wrong,
Yeah, and you look at real estate, residential real estate, not even commercial. The ebbs and flows of that and how it's really gone up. But like
give me the high and low of Bitcoin for 2024. Give me the high and low of Bitcoin for 2024. Give me the high and low on Bitcoin for 2024. This new technology works so great, doesn't it? And all I'm doing is that I'm getting sent to different podcasts. So I thought that's kind of funny. Yeah.
Well, just go to like Yahoo Finance or something and see if you can pull it up there.
To what? Say again?
Yahoo Finance.
I actually.
Then you can get that.
I haven't used it yet. I got MSN Money. Let's see if I can get that from there.
So this is showing me that Bitcoin is at 65,000. Is that what you said?
What
or
did 63? I say 63?
Yeah. So 1 year. Wow, a year ago, October, it was at 26,000. And it did reach 71,000 as a high.
Oh, hang on. So I'm looking at 65,320 and 87 cents, and that's off MSN money.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe it changed a little bit, but yeah, so it is crazy, you know.
I mean, but even if you're looking at this, I mean, Amazon's down, Tesla's down, GE's down, which has been around forever. And this is the really scary one. It's down 2.35% U.S. oil.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I actually took a picture this morning and sent it to my girls. And let me see if I can hold it up so you can see it, Don. Can you read that?
$2.50.9 per gallon.
And how much are you guys paying up north?
You know, it actually dropped a little bit, but we're still above $3.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're around.
Allie even told me that on the reservation, it's still quite high.
Is it? Yeah. That's crazy. The difference,
What are you pretty much telling me and the rest of the folks to do, Don?
Is when it comes to your finances, don't make rash decisions, based on what's going on in the news, even in the markets. You hold for the longer term, not the shorter term. And, if you are that type of person that, that does make rash decisions, or you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about some of your finances, put some of your money into a safe vehicle that has extremely low risk.
I think the safest place for people to drop off their money to is to Eddie Buffalo. My mattress is fantastic.
That's right. It's getting thicker by the day.
Stop on by. I guarantee to hold on to your money.
That's right. That's right.
Forever.
No, but look at those safer alternatives for your money. Whether it's a whole life insurance policy, an annuity, because those are guaranteed contracts, and you don't have to worry about any type of market fluctuations.
Right. That's huge.
Oh,
it really is.
It is. And you can
rest assured. You talked about your favors. You talked about, the volatility of the market. What else you got for us, Tom?
Well, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. I think we can go into a little bit of music if you want. Unless you want to look at your text messages.
I'm always looking at my text. Well, at least I'm not looking up Google like
Sassy Sarah.
Sassy Sarah, we missed you today. She had a lot of stuff going on, so she wasn't able to tape. And I apologize because my internet's been so bad. We kind of been juggling a little bit here. But hey, Donny, did you see I did another preview for Buffalo Fights?
I did. I love it.
We get a lot of hits on that. We're keeping it short and sweet. We're probably going to be broadcasting every Monday.
Yeah.
So I got to talk to some people over the weekend and see what we can have as guests for our first podcast. That's what we do.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a bad idea too, even if we don't have a guest for the first podcast. It's more of a introduction. Yeah. A little education and what the format's going to be, and then get some feedback from the viewers and listeners.
And I kind of love it that you don't know anything about the fight game.
Yeah, I don't.
Because you can learn as other people learn too. There's a lot of ladies that like the fight game too, which I thought it was kind of interesting.
And that slap
fighting.
Slapping.
You want to do some slap championship, don't you, Don?
Well, no thanks. I like slapstick comedy, Three Stooges, but
there's nothing funny about this.
No, I know. But I saw that article that they want to have a permanent venue in Las Vegas.
That would do good there.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about how they had the last MMA, I think it was last Saturday or the week before, I remember, at the Sphere, and it broke all kinds of records.
I know. It's so crazy.
It wasn't really great, the matches, but what are you going to do?
Still broke records.
Yes. It did. It did.
Yeah.
But what else you got for us today, Don?
No, that was it. I was thinking maybe diving a little bit into some music if you want.
Sure.
I read an interesting small snippet of an article about the Beatles. I'm a big Beatles fan, and I with stories I like this, like the story behind the song type thing, or the story behind the band type thing, you know. And when the Beatles broke up, you know, it was just time for them because they all, especially McCartney, Lennon, and Harrison, had all this music that they had written that they really didn't even put on any Beatles records because there was so much of it. And they all had different ideas about their music. And so this was an interview with George Harrison, kind of looking back, and he said, I had all these songs that we didn't use, and Paul had all these songs, and John did, and Paul didn't want us telling him how to interpret his song or what to do with his song, and I didn't want them doing the same thing to me. So that's, it was just inevitable that they would break up. But the way he was talking, it was like he thought, well, they would come out with a couple albums each, and then maybe get back together. But unfortunately, we know that never happened, really.
Well, it was that crazy story about SNL. Lorne Michaels said, "Oh, the remaining Beatles, got all four of you, got to be here, and I'll give you this check for $3,500." And I guess Lennon and McCartney were in New York, and they're like, "You want?"
Yeah, McCartney was at Lennon's apartment.
Is that what it was? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they said, "Should we go?" It was because this was live on the air, and they're thinking we should just show up.
I can't wait to see that movie. They got an SNL movie coming out about the first show.
Oh, cool. There's also they're doing, it's kind of a biopic. They're doing a movie on the Beatles, but they're doing 4 different movies, and one each from Paul McCartney's perspective.
That's interesting. Kind of reminds me of the old Kiss albums when they all did a separate album.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that with Kiss.
Yeah, it was like 4 separate issues. So
wow.
That's where Beth came from.
Oh,
Beth, I hear you calling.
They really got mocked for that, right?
Not mocked. I think it was more of Gene Simmons' jealousy.
Oh, really?
That was like the top Kiss song ever, and he didn't come up with it, and he didn't sing it. He's a big baby. Good marketer, but a big baby. Most people are. So I got to tell you. So since we talk about Kiss, I got to tell you a story.
All right.
Another Hyatt Regency story. So they were staying at the hotel. And it wasn't all 4 of them because it was after the fact when the other 2 left. And Peter and Chris already left. And I took the bags up to Paul Stanley's room. And I'm like, you look like a little old woman at that point. I'm like, this is funny. Put your makeup on, dude. He's like, well, somebody, little old grandmother.
So did you know he was a member of Kiss when you brought it up, or?
Yeah, because it so happens that years ago I saw the Animalized tour. That was the tour where they toured with their makeup off.
Oh, okay.
So I knew what he looked like.
Yeah.
And then it's one of the grossest things I ever had to do. After the show, there's Gene Simmons in his whole demon outfit walking into the hotel with 2 friends. And kid, grab my stuff. So I had his garment bag, and it was still warm from the show. It was disgusting.
Oh my God.
I don't think it was a good tipper because I don't remember what the hell I get. I was just glad to say, here, take your shit.
Take it. Here you go, Mr. Simmons.
You and your friends.
Shall I bring up some coffee and tea for you?
No, thank you. No.
So
I got to tell you, I'm watching the numbers go up and down, Don. So we had a bunch of people on about when you were talking about finances, and then as soon as you started talking about music, it went down, and now it went back up again. So it's like a roller coaster, Don. Just like life, you got to hold on tight and don't get up until the lap bar comes to a complete stop, and your lap bar loosens. And enjoy the rest of your day here. I love it when I say that to people here, and they're like,
"What? What are you talking about?
And the big babiness of our Dallas Cowboy fans continued today at the gym. Once again, I saw one guy with a Dallas Cowboy shirt, and I think it's because he wears it every day. I don't think it was he did it on purpose. And I said to the one guy that's always got the big mouth about, Buffalo Bills, you should be a Dallas Cowboy fan. I go, hey, did you break your ankle? He goes, what? I go, jumping off that bandwagon of your Dallas Cowboys. No, I ain't watching them anymore the rest of the year. Go Longhorns. I was like, go Longhorns. And I'm like, really? He goes, yep.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, at least they've got college football, big time college football to fall back on.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing because even Sassy Sarah's son, when he plays in these small games, the stadiums here are ginormous.
Isn't it crazy? It's like that in Florida too. Parts of Florida. It's amazing.
Oh, by the way, if whoever's watching, if you want to comment, I'll get those comments. So knock yourself out, especially if it's you, Ike, because I'm talking about you right now. He said, hey, see this? He's showing me about this high school stadium in Texas that they spent like a poop load of money on. They go, can't use it. I'm like, why? They made a $60 million mistake on the concrete.
What happened?
They poured it bad. It was a bad pour, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So it was just unstable and it was unusable. But, oh, my gosh, imagine making a goof like that. Man. See, when you think you're having a hard day, well, how'd you like to be that guy that messed up that?
That's right. That company's out of business now. That's crazy. It is.
Well, I'm glad. I want to thank everybody for joining us today.
Yeah, I just do want to say one other thing, especially that we're live. Just the people, especially in Florida, with Hurricane Helena.
Been watching it all morning.
Just be safe, do this right and smart.
Did it hit yet, Don? Because this morning they were talking about 10-foot storm surge in Tampa.
Yeah, no, I think it's supposed to hit this evening.
Gotcha.
The brunt of it. So, but just be safe. Be safe.
I love it when these county managers come on and they're like, "Hey, if you're not out now, you're out of luck. Or if you're not out now, leave right this second. Stay with family."
No, it's true. It's true. I know they closed.
One thing about Buffalo, all you guys had was snow until I left. Now you guys are getting tornadoes, all kinds of crazy stuff.
I know. Somehow everything got out of balance since you left.
Sorry. So, but if you like working with people like us, we're the people to see. www.ebiagency.com. Our hotline is on the bottom there, 716-541-4118. And you can even email me at eddiebednarsinsurance@gmail.com. So for your buddy, Donny Lowe and Eddie Buffalo, we are out. Join us next Tuesday for Tax Tips with Sassy Sarah.
That's right.
And thank you for the patience of our issues of uploading everything. So everybody have a wonderful day and a better weekend. Take care. Bye.
Ciao.